Hello, season's greetings, people of the virtual village hall. My name's Rowan McCabe. I'm going to be doing some poems for you. I've actually brought some Christmas poems with us that I've never shared with anyone before, so I'm really excited. As you can see, I've come prepared. I've got my Santa hat on. I've got my traditional bottle of festive brandy. And this first one, well, I suppose I've been thinking about how Christmas, it's going to be a little bit different this year, isn't it? For all of us. And so I've been thinking a bit about what a normal Christmas is like. Now, I come from a quaint ex-mining town in the northeast of England called Hebburn. And I suppose it's never really been the kind of picture postcard Christmas. You know, the kind of Christmas you might see in the film. So the conclusion I came to is that I suppose I've never really had like a normal Christmas. But then what is a normal Christmas anyway? And this first poem is kind of about that. It's called Christmas in Heaven. Christmas in Heaven isn't cinematic. It isn't chestnuts on an open fire. The bits that spring to mind are less dramatic. They are not soundtracked by a festive choir. It's my mum besieged with sellotape and gifts at 11:15 Christmas Eve, as Dad steps in unsteady from the longship, a heavy afternoon out on the peeve. It's getting to my nana's bungalow and squeezing in a corner of the kitchen. The living room's since filled up long ago with hordes of overstimulated children. It's rushing to and fro from house to house to make it back in time to eat the roast. A frantic whistle stop around the town to chuck some gifts about and hit the road. It's paper hats that always chafe and squeeze, cracker jokes, nonsensical and vague. Remembering I've thrown out that receipt. The kitchen sink stacked high with dirty plates, but outside there's a stillness in the streets. Like all life's complications are on pause. The calmness that descends when shots have ceased. The closing of some long forgotten war, and though you know that it can't last forever, the people that you pass seem more awake, more open to the presence of each other, even if it's only for a day. So there we go, there's the first Christmas poem there. But yeah, I mean, Christmas this year, it is going to be different, isn't it? And, I mean, it's raised a lot of questions for me. Like, obviously, we've got this new thing where you can go and mix with two households now. But, I mean, there's a lot of things that, you know, are a little bit more complicated about it. You can't just drop round somebody's house unexpected, can you? And there's a lot of other questions, you know, like, is a Scotch egg a substantial meal? You know, and it's raised a lot of issues for me. Like, for example, does Santa have his mask on? I've deep cleaned the living room. I've washed out the chimney. I've sterilised the mince pies. I've scrubbed down the tree. But there's one thing I need to know to put my mind at ease. When Santa comes round this Christmas Eve, will he be wearing PPE? Will Santa have a face mask on? Will his hands be sanitised? Because if he isn't playing by the rules, I don't want him inside. Are the reindeers all one household? Are the elves part of his bubble? If they come from different places, then we're going to be in trouble. I don't want to be a Grinch. I love receiving presents. I just want to know if Santa's done a proper risk assessment. But then, maybe I've gone too far in all of these suspicions. Perhaps I need to trust Santa's professional opinion. He lives in the North Pole, with no one else around his home. He sneaks unseen past all existence. He is the king of social distance. So there we go, there's a second Christmas poem there. I've got one more for you, and then I'm going to go. This has been lovely. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good rest of the show. Big thanks to the Royal Voluntary Service for asking us to come on here and inviting us to write these Christmas poems. I'm going to finish with one that is cheating a little bit. It's not strictly a Christmas poem. I actually wrote it back in March. It was part of a project that the BBC were doing where, they were celebrating the work being done to help those in need through the pandemic. And yeah, like I say, it's not a Christmas poem, but I feel like at a time when, we can't see our loved ones as we'd like to, and we can't engage with communities, it's important to remember that we're not on our own, We are still connected to each other. So with that in mind, I'm going to finish with this one. It's called Still. Thank you very much for listening. It goes like this. Past empty high streets and shuttered up shops, inside terrace buildings, up tower block heights, there's neighbours, now hidden, but working in tandem to fill in the spaces between every life. There's hands wrapping packages, bread buns and milk, colouring books, plant pots and seeds. They're cycled and driven by sparkies and teachers and placed at the doorstep of strangers in need. There's ears pressed to speakers for afternoon chat. There's dancing together through windows of flats. There's cards being written. Happy birthday. We'll miss you. We'll celebrate properly. Please get well soon. And on the estates at 4:15, the tenants play bingo from out the front door. And the kids have thrown ribbons round tree trunks and walls and covered the pavements in rainbows and scrolls and in kitchens and bedrooms all over the region. There's songs being sung. And they all hold one meaning, that we're here and we care. And you're not on your own. No matter the distance, we share the same home. Thank you very much, everyone. That's me. I will see you later. Merry Christmas.